and then something will appear maybe mid-year, like June,
Wow.
but then you don't go back to the doctor until the following year. And but we encourage persons to self breast exam, get your routine, but for the most part, we encourage women to read about these things. The Cancer Society have a lot of literature about breast cancer and cervical cancer. You may hear me say cervical because that's what the doctors like to
Okay.
say, cervical cancer.
We learning something, y'all.
Yes. And to read about it, because a lot of times, like Omega said, it's family history. You may have a mother, aunt, sister that may have breast cancer, but you may end up with cervical cancer, So these things that you must be aware of.
Either way, checking up is definitely, there are some people that might not know their family history.
Yes.
They might be separate from them or they didn't grow up with them. So that's something you need to think about. Make sure you're doing your checkups on time. So that's incredible work that you guys are doing. But for those that are listening in, what steps should women take to be proactive about their health and reducing their cancer risk?
They need to just set a date, because we always say, you would say in your mind, oh, well, I'll make an appointment for my doctor next month. Then something comes up and then you push it off. It needs to be like an annual thing, like set it on your birthday or a particular day every year that that you will get screened. And we also know that NHI have free screenings. You can have free screenings, testing once a year, and that will help, because then that will help decrease the cost. Because a lot of times we think about the private doctors and the cost. So NHI will do your preliminaries, and that will help you with the cost. So set a date, just like how you have a date for your birthday and your anniversary or a special occasion.
Payday.
Payday, that kind of thing.
You ain't missing that one.
Right. So set your screenings for a particular day, and we have these smartphones, and they alert you when events are coming up, to alert you when you should go and get tested, screened.
I also want to add, I know some of you might I have a few friends, they rather not be told anything. They say ignorance is bliss. Yeah. They're like, I think I'm safer not knowing. You're not safe for not knowing. And sometimes that fear is holding you back. Okay. 100% holding you back.
Yes.
And I think last year we had the Cancer Society come in. We had another representative, and they did say, sometimes you may find something, you're afraid to go in, but it's really nothing. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So just go ahead, just for your own safety, go ahead, get your checkup. Now, many women face financial and emotional burdens when dealing with cancer. What kind of support does the Cancer Society here in the Bahamas provide?
Oh my God.
Well, I just want to touch bases on some initiatives that we have going on. We do have a mammogram campaign that we bring persons in from the Family Islands to have free mammograms done.
Wow.
And we have an ongoing PAP and PSA campaign where women can get tested and men can get their PSA tested as well. And that's ongoing, where we go on the Family Islands and we do that as well. But I think with... Sorry.
But what kind of financial and emotional help?
Okay, yes. And then we also have a medical assistance program that we assist with up to $1,500 with a person who is going through cancer and their treatment. And they can come and fill in the application form, and they can get assistance from us as well with their treatment.
All right. I hope you heard that. Okay. So if you're saying, I can't handle this bill, I don't even want to know about it, my life is going to be easier without it. No, they are assisting you financially, emotionally, testing wise, anything you need help with. Basically, it seems as though they are going to help you, and closed mouths don't get fed. So you have a question, you have anything that's on your mind, they are there to help you out. Now, are there any myths or misconceptions about breast and cervical cancer that you'd like to clear up?
Well, persons who have what they call fibrocystic breasts, it's lumpy breasts, and they would say, oh, well, that's just, that's just me. Or the myth that, oh, well, I'm going through my my period right now, so my breast swells and the likes. You don't take those things for granted. And if a problem persists longer than usual, then that's a red flag that needs to be checked out. We also have Oak Tree. We partnered with Oak Tree. Oak Tree partnered with us last year, and they have given us mammogram vouchers, free vouchers for women who have never had a mammogram, who haven't had one in 2 years or more. They can come to the Cancer Society and get a voucher, and they will get a free mammogram from Oak Tree Medical. Plug that one in
Well,
there.
plug that one
Yes.
in there. See, the more they
Yes.
talk, the sweeter it gets. The deal just gets sweeter and sweeter and sweeter. So once again, I want you to repeat what events or initiative the Bahamas Cancer Society has planned and how everyone can get involved. Because that's awesome with the free mammograms.
Yes, yes. And during the month of May, it's our All Cancer Awareness Month. And last year, we had free pap smears and PSA testing for
Wow.
persons in New Providence. Like Omega had said, we do this in the Family Island because,
Mhm.
you know, there aren't much medical facility
there isn't, yeah.
besides the clinics to
Yeah.
go to. And, you know, some island persons, they, you know, shy
want-
on what the
yes.
clinic, they don't want a
Yes.
clinic or, you know, to
Yes.
know. So we fly over volunteer doctors once a month to different islands to do these pap smears and PSA, and they feel more comfortable because the results are quicker because we send the tests to
Mhm.
private laboratories. So you know, they feel a little bit more comfortable that their test will come back in a quicker time and a bit confidential.
Yeah.
Yes. So we are planning to do the free PSA and pap smear again in Nassau for those that, and because we do it after hours, it's
Mm.
easier for women to come and get it done because
Okay.
they can't miss work or their, you know, their lunch hour is too short. And we all know going to the doctor, they say your appointment is 12, they don't see you until 1:30.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, and that's your time wasted.
Mhm.
So we're going to have that again, where they can come to the Cancer Society from any staggered time from 10 a.m. up until 6 p.m. in order to get a free pap smear.
Wow.
Yes.
No
Wow, that is
excuses.
awesome.
Yes.
That's awesome.
No excuse.
Y'all got
No
all types of stuff
excuse.
going on, and you should see they're in here with smiles, y'all. Okay, they are here to help. So, once again, if you've been feeling a bit insecure, you feel like something might be going on, you're a bit afraid to go and get it checked. They are nice, friendly women willing to help you out. Now, of course, early detection is key, but some women hesitate to get screenings. What message do you have for those that might be afraid or uncertain?
Well, with everything going on, I mean, we watch TV, we hear on the news. Cancer is very prevalent in the Bahamas, and we cannot run from that. And so we just need to get tested.
Mhm.
Nothing to be, at this point, is nothing to be ashamed of. It should be a part of your routine, a part of your lifestyle to go and get tested. And I feel like the earlier, the better. And it really increased your quality of life, your chance of living. And so that's important.
I agree with that. And it's also selfish. Don't forget, you're also living for other people.
Yes.
Other people love you. And I'm pretty sure if you haven't told them as yet, they would tell you, let's go and get tested. Let's go and get checked. Okay. Because we want to have a nice, long, healthy life. So, how can families and communities play a role in supporting women's health and encouraging regular checkups?
Well, support is paramount, and well, I can safely say that I am a cancer survivor.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yes. Before I started at the Cancer Society, I had my routine mammogram checks, and one year I didn't have it done. And so I did it at the end of that year,
Mhm.
and they discovered a mass that was suspicious to them. So they did a ultrasound with a biopsy, and
Mhm.
it came back positive.
Wow.
Thank God that it was in its early stages,
Mhm.
because if I had ignored going and doing my routine checkup, that would have advanced to something even greater. And
Mhm.
then the value of life would have been less, because then treatment wouldn't have been so um, readily for me to
Mhm.
overcome this disease.
Mhm.
But yes, I do my regular screenings, and we encourage women to do that. And with being proactive with women's health, like I said, we can't emphasize enough. I know fear and your mind will tell you, oh, but I don't want to hear the news because it's
Yeah.
going to be devastating. But not knowing, ignoring it, sticking your head in the sand is only going to make it worse. And then when it gets to that advanced stage, then you're crying out for help. Help me, help me.
Mhm.
And it's too late. It's not much that the doctors can do with treatment to preserve your life, but support. Support is very important. You need that support, whether it's at our support group that meets twice a month, second and fourth Thursday of the month, or your church. You may have a support group at church, like a small, family group, and even your family. You
Mhm.
need to have them, because this disease is not a disease that can be battled alone. You
Mhm.
don't go to war all by yourself. You have your army.
Mhm.
You have your defense line.
Yes.
So you need your defense line with friends, family, church member, anyone who will encourage you through this process,
Mhm.
and encourage you that you can overcome. And that's the important thing. It's mind over matter. Because once your mind is saying that I will overcome this,
Mhm.
then everything else will fall in place. But if you have already said, oh, this has gotten me beaten,
Yeah.
oh, I have this, then those cells in your body will take over and say, of course, we got
Yeah.
this, because
Yeah.
you have already lost the fight.
Yeah.
So you have to stay positive no matter the circumstances.
Wow. I appreciate that so much. And the fact that you are a survivor yourself, you're not just somebody that is just like, oh, I'm just going to give you advice and push you in that direction. She is someone that has actually walked the walk as she is talking the talk. Now, any final words of encouragement for women listening today about prioritizing their health?
I would say early detection. I
Early
mean,
detection.
it's cliche, but it's so important. I mean, if you find something, it could be dealt with in a
Mhm.
timely manner, and so I would say early detection is key.
Okay, and family members, Family Island listeners, don't forget, like they say, they do have volunteer doctors that fly in that are able to do your testing, and you're able to get that back in a timely manner. So, as they say, early detection is key. You got to make sure you reach out to the Bahamas Cancer Society to make sure that they can give you the assistance that you need. All right, Miss Stora, any last words for you as well?
Well, like Omega say, being proactive is key. Um, you know, we have to look at our bodies. It's our bodies, not our husbands, not our boyfriends, not our significant other. It's our bodies. So we can't think about what our spouses would think of us going through this disease. We have to think about us battling this. So sometimes, women don't want to go get tested because they're afraid that if they find out that they have cancer of the breast and they may have to lose their breast, their husband, their boyfriend, or significant other would not like them with one breast. But that's you. You have to think about life
Mhm.
and overcoming this disease.
Mhm.
And the same way with cervical cancer, we talk more about breast, but with cervical cancer, it's a disease that is preventable. It's a disease that once you have your pap smears and they see abnormal cells, then they can treat it then and there before it advanced to cancer.
Mhm.
But if you don't get your pap smear, some women, they haven't had a pap smear from since they had their
Yeah.
last child, and their last
Yeah.
child is 13, 14, 15,
Yeah.
But you have to get it done, because once they find these abnormal cells, they can do treatment right then and there. But if you leave it, and cervical cancer take at least 5 to 10 years before it develops.
Wow.
So that means that these abnormal cells were going on for a period of time
Mhm.
before they ever do anything with it.
Wow.
Yes.
So tell me something. At what age should a female start getting a pap smear?
As soon as they are sexually active.
All right, ladies.
So if you're 18, 17, and if you're sexually active, and I know some women who are, say, past the age of 65, oh, should I still get pap smears? If you're sexually active, you still should get a pap smear.
All right.
Even women who had hysterectomy,
Mhm.
you may not get the cervical cancer, but sometimes cancer goes into the pelvic bone. So even getting screened, they will check your pelvis to make sure that is okay.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot, and we do our cervical talk presentation is in January, but you can go on our website www.cancersocietybahamas.org, go under news, and you can see all the past presentations, video presentations of all the different cancer, and you can listen to what the clinical doctors would say about being proactive. What are the treatments, prevention of all these diseases?
Wow. That was a mouthful. from both of you. Very, very well said. Thank you so much, Miss Omega Miller, Administrative Assistant, as well as Miss Erin Store, Administrator, for joining us and for all of the work the Bahamas Cancer Society is doing to support women's health. And of course, to our listeners, let's take action and make women's health a priority. So stay tuned to Global 99.5 FM, where we're going to keep you informed and empowered. Thank you again, Miss Store and Miss Miller.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
having us.
All right, ladies.